cover tops. Well, not exactly. Syndicate is set in a futuristic world where companies control everything, and corporate espionage takes a whole new level. Your player's Miles Kilo, a part of a task force that serves Eurocorp, the big bad wolf. You go on a mission to retrieve stolen data covertly by blowing up planes, hijacking trains, fighting in apartments, all stealthily of course. It's a first-person shooter with plenty of action that will keep you on your toes. You have 3 hacking abilities. I like to call them kill yourself, blow up, and who is your master, which makes an enemy fight for you then eat some bullets. There's not that many weapons, but they are quite unique. You will be using 2 weapons mostly. One whose bullets act as homing missiles. The other can shoot through walls that with your X-ray like vision gives camping a whole new level. The skill system is simple. Kill a boss and get a skill point or just stumble on it. The graphics are very good for a game that's old. The story is simple with generic plot twists, but the action and graphics compensate for it. If you have not played Syndicate yet, be sure to try it. Hot Tub Time Machine. If only. Singularity takes place when a team was sent to investigate an electromagnetic surge from an uninhabited island called Katorga 12, which damaged an American spy satellite. The team sent to investigate was hit by a surge which disabled the unit's helicopter, and it crash lands on the island. When Captain Nathaniel Renko, the protagonist, wakes up, he gets caught in a time distortion where he changes the timeline. The story revolves around you and a scientist trying to restore the timeline. Singularity is a first-person shooter with survival horror elements, where you will be fighting mutants and normal soldiers. A main gameplay device is an artifact known as the Time Manipulation Device, TMD. The TMD, which makes you overpowered in the middle of the game with deadlock. You won't be the Flash, but you will have fun with this one. Among other uses for the TMD, the only downfall is you can only carry 2 weapons at a time. Singularity is quite old by now, but it is worth your time. If Silent Hill and The Conjuring weren't enough for you, you might as well play this game. However, if you were traumatized by horror movies in your childhood, you might want to stay away from this one. Fear 2 is the sequel for Fear 1, but it is 14 years old now and a bit of an acquired taste at this point. Fear 2 continues the story of Alma, a young girl with supernatural powers that was experimented on until everything went to hell when they had her bear children with enhanced human abilities for military purposes. Short story, she didn't like that, and went ballistic by tormenting Beckett, the protagonist, the entire game. Why, well, that would be a spoiler. For a 10 years old game, it plays like a modern game with plenty of action and decent graphics. Your trusty friend in this game is a flashlight. It is so dark I don't think ray tracing would even work on it. The enemies are humans and some monsters. At some point you get to ride a robot and blast everything. Most satisfying part of the game. If you want action, jump scares and horror, torment yourself with Fear 2. You have the ability to slow down time, Max Payne style, but with no flying. Enemies are humans and some monsters. At some point you get to ride a robot and blast everything. Most satisfying part of the game. If you want action, jump scares and horror, torment yourself with Fear 2.